Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Cindy with Sunshine Yoga, Pilates, and more, and I'm going to bring to you today a beginning gentle flow yoga class. True beginner, so even if you have never done yoga before, yes, you can do yoga. And that's the intent, is just to find things around the house that will bring the floor up a little bit higher to you, which is why I have a chair with me here. So anything that you can use in your house, chair from the dining room table, could be the side of a couch, could be even a bed. Maybe you've got a couple of blocks. So just kind of get creative and see what you can find, and we will go ahead and get started. So I have reached out to ASCAP to see whether or not I am able to use streaming music with my ASCAP license. I have yet to hear back from them. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to. Or if you know of any musicians out there that would like to feature some music on to my little classes, please just PM me below or give the studio a call, and I would love to hear from them. So let's settle into our yoga position, just to center ourselves and bring everything to a place where we can find that inner peace for a moment. We're going to start with breathing. Of course, we do it all day long, but sometimes if we don't call our attention to it, our breathing can get reversed or paradoxical, or just a little more up in the chest versus into the belly. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes here. Breathe in nice and deep. And exhale. Inhale again. And exhale. Inhale nice and slow. And exhale. And just continue on with that breath in your own rhythm. And as you're doing that, I just want you to notice how it's affecting your body. Maybe the shoulders are dropping a little bit lower. Maybe your belly is starting to raise out and in a little bit more. Maybe the day is just floating on by. But whatever that is, just bring yourself to that inner spot, that inner point. And if things cross your mind as you're going through this flow, let them cross your mind. I mean, it's hard to not think about something and then all of a sudden that's all you think about, right? It's our minds are like monkey minds, so they're going to attach themselves to whatever we tell it not to attach itself to. So go ahead and just let those thoughts come on by, just acknowledge them, and just watch them pass through your mind. Deep inhale here. Exhale, let it out. And on your next inhale, lift the arms up over the top of the head, reach. Exhale, open. Cross the elbows in front of each other. If you can cross at the elbows, that is fabulous. If you can't, that's fine too. Just see if you can just bring those forearms a little bit closer together. So wherever you are in this picture, that's exactly where your body needs to be. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up a little bit higher. You should feel a nice stretch right underneath the lower pecs into those arms. Exhale as you bring the hands back down in front of you. So I'm going to turn sideways just a little bit so you can see my arms. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale. And pull right back down again. So we're going to do that again. Inhale, lift those arms straight up over the top of the head, as high as you can reach. Exhale. And as you pull down, just feel the opening that gives you right between the shoulder blades. We're going to release those hands, open them up, reach them to the back as far as you can, and bring them right back down into your lap. And just sit with that for a moment. Inhale again, lift the arms up. Exhale, open. And this time we're going to crisscross the other arm on top. So if you had the left on top of the right, this time go with the right on top of the left and hold here. And you may feel one side is a little bit tighter. Usually the second side we choose is not our happy side. Exhale, pull the arms down. Feel that stretch through the scapula, through the shoulder blades. Inhale, lift all the way back up again. Exhale and pull down. And one more time, if you can't cross at the elbows, just put the forearms together. Inhale, lift. Exhale and close right back down again. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale and release down. Open those arms up all the way to the back. Open the chest, maybe drop the head back here a little bit. And release everything back down to the side. We're going to walk the right arm out over to the side, just tippy top with those fingertips. Lift the left arm up. Open and lift the chest and come right back up to the top. Switching the arms out, take it tip over to the side and lift all the way back up again. One more time, tip it over with that left arm, reach and back up and up and over to the left side and back up. Inhale, lift both arms all the way to the ceiling. We're going to twist to the right, drop the left arm in front, left arm goes to the back, and see if you can peek behind that right shoulder. Inhale, lift right back up again. Twist to the left, drop the right arm in front, and peek over that left shoulder. Inhale, lift back up. Capture both hands, press and push up toward the ceiling as high as you can. Try and get the ribs to come out of the hips. Melt it down. Release the fingertips and just pretend like your shoulders are melting. Fingertips are melting all the way down to the floor. And bring yourself back up to that seated position. So the shoulders should start to be feeling a little bit more open, a little more maybe warm. That's a really good sign. So I'm going to bring you up to all fours. If all fours is challenging for you, just bring your handy dandy little chair and we will go into a little bit of a cat-cow position here. So take it to wherever your body is telling you you need to be. That's where you need to be, and it's perfectly fine. Inhale, you're going to curl from the tailbone, arch up through the back, pull the belly button in, almost like you're zipping yourself up. And then when you get to the top part, tuck that chin up and under, look towards your belly button. And then you're going to release everything down, open the chest, and see if you can get a little arch in that lower back. Reverse that all the way back up again. Push through the arms, pull everything up and under, and release all the way back down. And pull all the way back up. This time we're going to hold it at the top, nice and tight here. Let the shoulders roll to the right side. Drop the stomach down toward the floor, reach over toward the left side, and back up to the top. So if you notice, you're kind of going to be doing like a jump rope effect with your back, with your spine. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. Let's do one more jump rope to the right side, roll it around, and lift back up. And let's reverse that, 3 to the opposite direction, roll it down, and back up. Try to get as much air space as you can between each one of those vertebrae, and bring it back up. Deepening that breath and back up to the top. Bring yourself up to that all four position here. We're going to twist the body. You're going to reach that right arm up to the ceiling, so a little spinal twist here. You're reaching that right arm now underneath that left arm and just peek underneath that left arm and sit in a little bit here. Bring yourself all the way back up. We'll do the same to the opposite side. Lifting that left arm up toward the ceiling. Reach the left arm under, peek underneath that right side, and bring it all the way back up. Both hands are going to come onto the chair, and you're just going to sit back into a little elevated child's pose here. See if you can't coax those shoulders to drop in a little bit more. And then roll yourself all the way forward. Let's curl the toes behind you. See if you can feel all 5 toes push into that ground and just sit back a little bit into the heels, almost like your heel is driving itself backwards as well. Release forward. Sit back into those toes. Release forward. Sit back into your toes. We're going to keep those toes curled. You're going to push your hands onto the chair and bring yourself up to what we will call an elevated downward facing dog. So I want you to start with your feet slightly apart on your yoga mat or on the carpet, wherever you are. And from here, the idea is to keep those heels as flat as you can, keep the legs as straight as you can. And if this is still a little bit of a challenge for you, you can pile up some more pillows, pile up some more blocks. So you're going to drop the hips up toward the ceiling and then backwards towards behind you, whatever happens to be behind you at this point. You're going to feel a really good stretch through the back line of that body, all the way through the hamstrings and the calves. Here I want you to raise up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, and just drop your chest a little bit. Now let those heels make their way into the ground. Straighten up through the hips, straighten up through the legs. Look toward your belly button and push the heels backwards. Push your bum backwards. Raise up high on the tippy toes, lift. Bend the knees, drop the chest, drop the heels, lift the hips, pull the head down, reaching back. We're going to do that one more time. Lift up through the tippy toes, bend the knees, drop the chest, lower the heels, lift the hips, straighten the legs, and hold here. So your legs are straight, your toes are facing forward. Let's swing the heels together, toes apart, and drive those heels backwards. So you're going to feel a really good stretch on the medial side of those calf muscles in this position. And slide the legs over to the right side. Collective ouch is heard by everybody. Slide them over to the left side. One more time, back over to the right. And back over to the left. We're going to change the foot position, so your toes are going to be facing each other, heels are apart, and sitting back here. This one is a little bit harder to get into. Slide the hips to the right, slide the hips to the left, slide the hips to the right, and to the left. Now bring both feet back to parallel and walk the feet in towards your chair. Bending the knees here, release the chair, and just ragdoll yourself all the way up to the top, one vertebrae at a time. Let those shoulders roll down your back, and just come to Samasthiti here, just standing, and just feel the blood flow reaching all the way back down into the legs. Inhale, we're going to lift both arms up towards the ceiling, and let's capture the left wrist. Bend over to the right side, bring it back up, capture the right wrist, bend over to the left side, and back up. Big swan dive forward as you bring those hands all the way back down to your chair. Step it back to your downward facing dog and just paddle those feet out a little bit. Hold both feet nice and flat. Find your upward downward facing dog here. Lift the right knee. Shoot the leg up towards the ceiling here. So you're in a three-legged dog. You're going to bring the knee in toward your nose. Send it right back up again. Let's bring that knee over to the right elbow. Send it right back up. Bring the knee over to the left elbow. Send it all the way back up again and lift. Lower that leg down and paddle out your feet. Reverse that. The left foot's going to bend. Shoot the left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Bring the knee in toward the nose. Send it right back up. Bring the knee over to the left elbow. Send it back up. Bring it over to the right elbow. Send it back up. Lower that leg down. Walk the feet out, walk the heels out. Let go of the chair, bring the hands all the way down to the ground. Capture those elbows and just hang nice and easy, nice and slow. Think of length coming out of the forehead, out of the crown of the head. Gently start to twist side to side. Palms come all the way down. Bend those knees and roll yourself back up to standing position. Inhale, lift those arms up. Swan dive forward. Hands come all the way out to the chair. And this time, bring yourself all the way down onto your knees and set back into that elevated child's pose. Nice little stretch here. Bring yourself all the way back down onto the ground. Crisscross your legs. And just notice how that feels in your body. Deepening the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time, try and hold your breath at the top just for a few seconds. And exhale, let it all out. And then from here, go ahead and make your way all the way down onto the ground, but I want your feet to come up on top of the chair. So before we go into Shavasana, we're going to do a little supine 90 breath pattern here just to fill our abdominal area with a little more oxygen. Let that diaphragm do what it's supposed to do. So your feet are in, your heels are on the chair. We have a 90-degree angle going through the knee down to the hip, and then we have a 90-degree angle going from the leg up into the torso. Palms are down, chest is wide, chin is tucked, and just looking up toward the ceiling. Gentle pressure with those heels. Inhale and exhale. And this time as you're exhaling, I want you to exhale through the mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles. And then you're going to place one foot down onto the ground. Place the other foot down onto the ground. And you might have to move yourself back a little bit. So inchworm yourself back, lengthen out those legs, and make your way down into your Shavasana. Palms up, legs do whatever they do. Closing your eyes and just enjoying this moment. Continue to remain in Shavasana as I guide you through a little meditation. With every exhale, just imagine your body turning to grains of sand and just let it melt, completely melt into the floor. Starting with the heels, the feet. Inhale, exhale, allow it to turn into grains of sand and just release back to the earth, release back into the ground. And the next inhale, bring that sensation into the legs and the knees, hamstrings, quads. And as you exhale, let it just turn to grains of sand, melt completely into the floor. Moving your breath up into your hips, into the waist. Deep inhale, exhale. Melt it away, let it go. We hold a lot of tension in our hips. Bring your breath into your chest, your arms, your shoulders. Deep inhale here. And on the next exhale, just melt into the ground. Let it go. One more inhale, just time the whole entire body from the tip of your head, the neck, the eyes, the ears, the body. Exhale and let it just melt. And just remain here. Your body doesn't have to do anything but just be. And on your next inhale, just start to bring that sensation all the way back around the body. Return to a normal rhythm of your breath. And just rolling gently over to your left side. The left side is where the majority of our lymph likes to drain, so it's just a little easier on the body to allow it to process out any toxins. And while you're there, give yourself that moment, that sense of gratitude just for checking out of the world for not even a half an hour, just like 20 some odd minutes, and allowing your body to appreciate what you gave it. And then bring yourself up to seated position. Hands come into heart center. Heart center is where love lives unconditionally. It doesn't have to do anything. This is the position where we are the same, you and me and the world. It doesn't require anything but just existence. And just rubbing the hands together, generating a little bit of heat, and just sending that lovely heart energy out into the world. Wishing the world love, peace, joy, health, happiness, and abundance. The light in me is honored by your light, and thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.